What is up, guys? And we are back with the new 2.16 update for CarX. And you guys aren't going to believe it, but we have some crazy updates. So we have VR, some background stuff, and they reworked the whole car showroom, which is pretty cool. So before anything, let's show that off. You're going to click on Garage and click Catalog. Now everything is all together, and you can even pick your favorites, which is something I've been asking for a super long time. But yeah, there's no more by class, what it seems like, but it's all by manufacturer. So you gotta get familiar with the manufacturer logos, but they're all there. And as you can see, we have like all our Nissans here. The next one is going to be all the Toyotas. They did separate the two Lexus cars, which I thought was kind of weird for whatever reason, but it's okay. We have the BMWs, we have our Dodges, which is kind of cool. We have all our Fords, you can see the logo there. All our Mazdas, which is pretty cool as well. We have all our Mercedes. Now we have the Mitsubishis, so instead of a TriStar, we have Tricircles. Our Subarus, our Chevys, our weird little Ladas. There goes the Lexus by themselves. Our Audis, and the miscellaneous, where we have just a bunch of random stuff, which some things could have been placed, like the Judge and the Raven could have been thrown in with the Chevys, but it's okay. It doesn't make a difference. But without further ado, let's check out VR. The first thing you're going to do is plug in your Quest 2 headset. Once it's plugged in, you are going to have the Oculus app open up on your PC. So make sure you update your drivers. As you can see, I had an update for mine. And you're going to do that. Make sure everything's good to go. And once you are connected in your Oculus headset, you're going to click on your settings and go over to the Oculus Rift. That is going to mirror your computer screen. So that way, once you load up a game in VR, it transfers directly over quickly with no issues. So after playing around with a bunch of different settings, this is how I found the quickest way for this to work, in my personal opinion. So you're going to go into Steam. You're going to have the three different options there of playing the game regularly on Oculus VR or through Steam VR. If you're using an Oculus headset, go through Oculus. Don't use the Steam VR because it's really twitchy and stuff like that. Also, there is a new Kino update. So if you want to update that before you load into the game, you can do that as well. All it is just a simple click of OK and you're good to go. It's going to reboot it, and you're just going to click on CarX Drift one more time to start it back up. So there's a few ways you can load up the game. Like I said, you can click it through the Oculus setting there on the main Steam app, and it will load up. If you don't have the headset plugged in, it's going to load up the game normal, and then you can go to your options and switch it over to VR. I will say when you do that, it does take a very long time for it to switch over. Also, this is pretty much like a beta access. I'm really surprised it's rolled out as a regular update because it does need a lot of tweaking. As you can see, the screen in the background is like freezing up a lot, and my headset's not even plugged in yet. But what you're going to do if you don't have your headset plugged in as of yet, you're just going to go into your settings, go into your graphics, and switch over to VR. Once it does that, it's going to take a while, like about 5 to 10 minutes, honestly, for it to switch over. And then what you see on your screen, not on the headset, well, actually in the headset too, the main menu screen just looks god awful as far as quality goes. I don't know what's going on with that. You'll see here in a few seconds. Once you navigate that, you don't have the mouse cursor or your Oculus controller to go through your menus. You have to use your keyboard, which is really, really, really weird. There's a few games that are like that, like Overdrift as well. You got to use a keyboard. I don't understand that aspect, but hopefully this all gets ironed out for both games. So as you can see here, the screen lags like crazy. I tried so many different graphic settings. I don't have any VR issues on my PC, whether it's Assetto, Grand Theft Auto, Live for Speed. Like, I have no issues with VR in those games. And those games are like way more demanding than CarX is. And for some reason, this just glitches out like crazy. So as you can see here, the quality of the home screen looks like crap. But once you jump into a vehicle, that all changes. It actually looks like a standard VR. So let's go ahead and jump into that. So first thing you notice here is that game looks just like normal. I also had turned down my graphics a lot just to help with the lag, because there was some like really bad screen tear and stuff that was going on. So I just dropped all my graphics down just to see if it'll make it a little bit more stable. But yeah, the car drives fine. Everything works in here very well. What's funny is the dummy mirrors that are in the game. They look pretty horrible, but also more detailed than before. So I don't know what's going on with that. We definitely need some real mirrors going on with CarX, but the game is playing very well. I also tried on Red Rock, and Red Rock was not it. I mean, there is nothing I can do to get Red Rock to work correctly. So, I mean, as far as driving, it felt fine. There wasn't really lag there, but visually, it was just skipping all around like crazy. But this feels great, looks really good for what it is. Like I said, I have my graphics turned down, so someone with a way more powerful computer and graphics card could probably push this thing and probably have a lot less issues than what I'm dealing with. But for my first rip in VR, knocking out East Togue run, I mean, this was a whole lot of fun. And, you know, eye-opening for you guys to see that they had this in the back pocket for a while. And obviously, they were planned on dropping this. But I think it's cool that, you know, they didn't tease anything. They were just like, here is VR, deal with it. So, you know, that's what we're doing. We're having fun. I'm really enjoying it. Like, this worked out way better than what I could have expected, especially it being its first release, like before the bugs. Now I will say the main menu obviously looks pretty jank, but I'm sure they'll get it fixed up and everything will be golden here real shortly. But yeah guys, I hope you enjoy this. If you have more questions about it, let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to answer as best as I can. And right now this is only on Steam, it's not on console. Obviously Xbox doesn't have VR support right now. There is PS4 VR, so maybe here shortly PS users can use their VR headsets for CarX Drift, which would be really sick. Also, they did add Moza support, so now guys, with the Moza direct drive wheels, you can play CarX without having any issues. So yeah guys, hope you enjoy this, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Take it easy everybody, and Happy New Year.